Hi, welcome. Now I am going to show you how to use SumProduct function to find sum of squares and sum of cubes. Okay, so I will explain to you what is SumProduct function. SumProduct function, if you have two sets of array or any number of arrays, you pass that into these two arrays into the SumProduct function. What it will do is that product, okay, sum product, it returns the sum of the products of corresponding ranges of or arrays. Okay, when you pass this array 1 comma and array 2, it will come up with the answer 49. How it comes up with the 49 is that it will multiply the first elements of array 1 and array 2, then the second elements of array 1 and array 2, and third elements of array 1 and array 2. Those products it will add together finally. Okay, you will see here how it works. It does 6 into 2, the first elements. Similarly for second element, which is 21, 7 into 3, then 16. Then finally, if you add all this sum of all these products, I'll get 49. Okay, so this is the way the SumProduct function works. So you pass two arrays, it will do the corresponding elements multiplication first, finally it will add all the products. Okay, it could be not only two arrays, it can be any number of arrays. I hope it is up to 147 arrays. Okay, so now what we have here is our objective is I have a list of numbers. I want to have a sum of squares. How can we do it manually? Okay, we will do it 49 into 49. Okay, so similarly for every element of this we want the squares, then finally we want the sum of the squares, okay, of the full products. Okay, you got 448,862. okay, this is the sum of squares. Similarly for how we can do the manually the sum of cubes, it is the value here and power 3. okay, so caret 3. okay, similarly you have up to all the 14 elements, you got all cubes, and you have a sum of all these cubes, and you get the overall sum of cubes. Okay, I want these two results using SumProduct function. Okay, how can I arrive sum of squares and sum of cubes using a SumProduct function? Okay, because sum square function, we have another function called SumSQ, but we don't have a function for sum of cubes. So how can we use SumProduct function to solve this sum of squares and sum of cubes? Okay, so what we can do is I already explained to you, if you pass two arrays, it will multiply the corresponding elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use for sum of squares SumProduct. okay, my first array is the list where I want to find the squares, sum of squares. okay, and second array is also the same list. okay, so we are making the same list for two different arrays, so it will automatically multiply the corresponding element. It will become the square of each element. okay, so when you give just to pass both the list into SumProduct, and you will get sum of the squares by SumProduct function. okay, which is 48,862. by one stroke you can get the answer, but here you need to do it for each single cell. okay, and again you see the sum of cubes also equal to SumProduct. okay, SumProduct of, you have the list 1, the same list you pass it 3 times. list 2, list 3. Okay, and close it. So same list you pass it 3 times. What happens, it treats each list as a single array, different array, and first elements, all the first elements are multiplied, the product, which is nothing but a cube of the first element in the list. So the same element in the list is multiplied 3 times. So the products become cubes of each element, and when it sums, it will become the sum of the product, which is nothing but 3, 7, 1, 7, 9, 16. Okay, so this way you can use sum product function to get to your sum of squares and sum of cubes. Okay, this is very useful because in our formulas, in statistical calculations and other things, we always end up with doing sum of squares and sum of cubes. And hope this video is helpful and explains you how to use sum product as sum of squares and sum of cubes. Okay, please subscribe to my channel, and God bless you.